We are living in amazing times. Those of us who've chosen to be here on the planet in this time are here to be a part of a profound time of transition and transformation. Individually and collectively, and the earth herself is going through a profound transition and transformation. As I've spoken about in past videos, we are at the end of a 25 or 26,000 year precessional cycle and moving into a new one. We're moving into a new age, the age of Aquarius. This is a time when we here on Earth are moving into a higher level of consciousness. In ancient times, there was a much higher level of wisdom, of consciousness, of awareness on the planet. We see this in ancient archaeology going back 11,000 years and earlier. In this precessional cycle, this 25, 26,000 year precessional cycle, we go through phases of being in a high level of consciousness, what the ancients called the Golden Age, and then going into periods of forgetting, where we no longer remember what we once knew. In the past, there were advances in astronomy, in science, in technology, in ways that are far beyond what we've known in recent history. But all of that is coming back as we open once again to that higher level of consciousness. That is the gift of being here on the planet in this time. But we're going through a death of the forms that we've been in and a rebirth into new ways of being. This is a tumultuous time, a challenging time, but an incredibly exhilarating time to be on this planet. As I've spoken about in past videos, the planets and stars are guiding us in this journey. In particular, the outer planets Uranus and Pluto are midwives guiding us in this transition time. They are the two most transformational planets. Uranus cuts through systems, structures, blocks, things that no longer serve us, to open us to new ways of being. It is the energy of lightning. It is the energy of truth, of innovation, of breaking out of old forms and moving into new paradigms. Pluto is the planet of alchemy, of transformation, of death and rebirth. It is guiding us in helping us to let go of what no longer serves us, to move into new paradigms in an empowered way. These planets are guiding us individually and collectively in navigating this time of transformation. Uranus is moving into the sign of Taurus, May 15th, 2018. As it moves into this new sign in the zodiac, it's marking profound shifts that we will be experiencing collectively. Uranus in Taurus means we're going to experience increased earth changes. We're going to be experiencing shifts in our financial systems. And remember, again, Uranus is about justice. It's about equality. It's about bringing us into new ways of being in community in a more equal and just and fair way. So it will be helping us restructure our financial systems to get out of the corruption, the greed, the imbalance that we've been living in. Uranus in Taurus is also marking shifts that we're going to experience in our bodies as we're taking in the energies of this time, and the energies coming from our sun, coming from cosmic rays that are entering more fully into our solar system. Our DNA is shifting, our bodies are shifting. That is a part of the transition and transformation that we're in. Another facet of Uranus in Taurus is marking the return of the energy of the sacred feminine. Taurus is the sign that really is about that deep connection with Mother Earth and that sense of the sacred feminine energy that is in all of life. Connecting with the sacred feminine means honoring the earth, honoring our bodies, honoring all of the life forms around us, honoring the love and light that moves through the cosmos. The sacred feminine is reminding us that we are a part of that oneness and are being guided to come back into balance and in right relationship with all that is. There are other profound shifts that will be unfolding in these coming years, particularly between this spring, 2018, and the end of 2024. Uranus moves into the sign of Taurus in May of 2018. Then it's going to move back into the sign of Aries for a period of time, beginning in November of 2018, and then move fully into Taurus in March of 2019. We are then going to experience across the next few years a lot of major shifts. In 2020, Pluto is starting new cycles with Jupiter and Saturn, shifting our belief systems, continuing to transform the structures of our political systems, of our economic systems, of our nation states, really guiding us into these new paradigms in how to be in community and how to move into these new paradigms and new ways of being. In 2021, Uranus will also be in powerful interaction with Jupiter and Saturn, continuing that change process. And then there are incredibly powerful shifts that will be coming up for us in 2023 and 2024. These shifts will occur as Pluto, our outermost planet in our solar system, will be moving from the sign of Capricorn into the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, the sign of this new age, this new paradigm that we're moving into. Remember that Pluto is the planet of transformation, of death, rebirth. And as it moves into this new sign, it will be moving back and forth from Aquarius back into Capricorn. It will make that transition across 3 different periods of time until it fully moves into the sign of Aquarius. I believe Pluto's movement into Aquarius is marking the more profound shift we're making into this new consciousness, into these new paradigms. The energy of these shifts as Pluto moves into Aquarius will be guiding us through that transformational process. Pluto initially moves into Aquarius March 24th, 2023. It then moves back into Capricorn for a period of time, moves back into Aquarius January 20th, 2024, then again moves back into Capricorn, back into Aquarius for the final time, November 21st, 2024. As Pluto makes those 3 passes, its initial pass into Aquarius is guiding us in fully releasing, allowing to die the forms and paradigms of the past. The second pass is guiding us into that alchemical transformational process. And the third pass is empowering us to fully move in to the new forms and new ways of being. What's remarkable for me as an astrologer is attuning to these energies of the planets and the stars and seeing how they're guiding us and showing us the way through this transformational process. It's not only profound that Uranus and Pluto are moving into these new signs of the zodiac, carrying this energy of transformation in these different ways, but it's also fascinating to look at these shifts from the perspective of visual astrology, which is looking at where are the planets literally in the stars in the sky at these moments of change. Pluto and Uranus are moving into these new signs of the zodiac, but our charts, our tropical zodiac charts, don't fully match up anymore to the location of the planets in the sky because we haven't been tracking the precessional shift in how we work with our birth charts and our horoscopes. So we need to really look at both. What are those shifts that are happening that we can see in the signs of the zodiac as we work with our charts? And what are the shifts that are actually unfolding in our visual perspective of the sky? And it is extraordinary to see the configurations in the sky that speak to the shifts that we're in this time. So what is happening in the sky at these crucial moments of change? What do we see visually in the sky? Some of the parts of the sky that I pay particularly close attention to are the constellations of Orion, Sirius, the brightest star in our sky, and the constellation of the Pleiades in the larger constellation of Taurus. If you look at the sky and were to draw a line, you would draw a line directly from Sirius through the belt of Orion up to the Pleiades. These stars are all located opposite in the sky from our galactic center. These stars have been known throughout history, have been known in ancient cultures to be incredibly important stars in the sky. We see the pyramids of Giza built to align with Orion's belt, built with shafts so that they're in direct alignment with Sirius and the Pleiades. For the ancient Egyptians, Sirius was Isis, the great goddess, the great mother, and Orion was Osiris, the great father, really blending that energy of the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine. Ancient cultures from all over the world, whether you're talking about the Dogon people in Africa, to the Mayans, to the ancient Egyptians, often spoke of coming from these stars, that they were descendants from the stars of the Pleiades or Sirius or Orion. So these stars are very important in our mythology and have been prominent stars in the sky for all of us across thousands of years. So I pay particular attention to what is happening with these stars at the time of these big shifts. Remember also that the Mayans talked a lot about the world shift coming from the Pleiades, coming from those powerful stars, and their calendar tracked the movement and the cycles of the stars and of Venus and of Pleiades in particular. And some of their ancient sites were built with exact alignments to when the Pleiades, the sun, and the earth were all in alignment. This happens twice a year. It happens around May 20th, when the sun is in the Pleiades and in alignment with the Earth, and it happens again about November 20th, when the Pleiades are at the zenith, the high point in the sky at midnight, and then there is the Earth and the Sun beneath the horizon. So these stars and these times of year were very important to the Mayans. In ancient Egypt and other ancient cultures, Orion was particularly an important constellation to them, both in marking seasonal cycles. Remember that Orion and Osiris in mythology is the god who dies and is reborn. We see Orion in the sky from November through February, all around the world, in both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. And Orion appears and then sinks below the horizon and disappears and then rises again. So this is the powerful constellation that prefigures that understanding that we now have in Christianity and in other religious and wisdom traditions of the God who dies and is reborn. Death, resurrection. So these stars carry layers of meaning for us across time. So what is going on with them at the time of these significant shifts? Another facet of what I look at with Orion is how in so many ancient cultures, they are looking at Orion as the god with the upraised arm in the sky. And it's really interesting to see how the stars of Orion's belt are in alignment with the galactic equator, and Orion's upraised arm reaches up close to the ecliptic. For many of these ancient cultures, the god with the upraised arm signified the return of order over chaos, the triumph of order, of being in right balance and right relationship over tumult and chaos and imbalance. So let's see what plays out with these stars at these critical junctures when Uranus moves into Taurus and then when Pluto moves into Aquarius. At the time when Uranus moves into Taurus, May 15th, 16th, depending on where you are on the globe, 2018, what we see is that the Sun is right next to the Pleiades. Again, this is that critical juncture point where the Sun is in the Pleiades in alignment with the Earth, and in the upraised arm of Orion is Venus. And the Moon will be by Aldebaran, the royal star of Taurus. So as Uranus moves into Taurus, we're seeing in the sky the sense of the importance of the return of the sacred feminine. Venus in the upraised arm of Orion, the Moon in the stars of Taurus, the Sun beside the Pleiades. Now, when we look to when Pluto is moving into the sign of Aquarius, the first time when Pluto moves into Aquarius, March 24th, 2023, now we have Mars in the upraised arm of Orion, and Pluto is squaring the lunar nodes in the sky. I really feel like this first pass of Pluto into Aquarius is a profound wake-up call for us, saying, where are you in your journey? And are you ready to fully step into this transformation? It is a karmic moment where we are called to act, to take that energy of Mars and say, yes, we are moving into this new paradigm, this new higher consciousness and new ways of being. Now, when we come to the second time that Pluto moves into Aquarius, which is January 22nd, 2024, The sun in the sky is now next to Pluto. This is transformation. This is alchemy. The moon is now in the upraised arm of Orion. We're called to be in this transformation and again to embrace the renewal of the energies of the sacred feminine, to be balancing the energies of the sacred masculine, to bring us back into right relationship, right harmony, right balance with all that is. Now, when we get to the third time and final time, when Pluto moves into Aquarius, November 20th, 2024, the sun is now opposite Uranus in the sky. This is that moment when the Pleiades are at the zenith in the sky, and then there is the Earth, and then there is the sun. This is the time of alignment that the Mayans talked about. These portal moments with the energy of Pleiades that bring in the new world. So we have that alignment. Uranus, that energy of new forms, new beginnings, is now in the stars of Pleiades. The sun is in the scales of Libra, speaking about coming into balance and harmony. And we're moving in to that full energy of ascension, of higher consciousness, of remembering what we've forgotten, of moving into these new forms. I believe that we are in this profound transformational process, being guided through that transition by the energy of Uranus, the energy of Pluto, and these profound stars in the sky, particularly Sirius and Orion and the Pleiades. And they are showing us the way into this time of ascension, this time of moving in to a new age and moving into this profound time of transformation. May we open to these energies. And I would encourage you to open to them through connecting with the energies of these planets and stars. Honor the energies of Sirius and the Pleiades and of Orion when they're visible in the sky, and call them in even when you aren't able to see them. Honor the energy of the sun, which is channeling these energies of transformation to us here on the earth and bringing us these cosmic rays that are coming more fully into our solar system to help us in this transformational process. Stay grounded and open to the shifts that are happening for you physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and know that you and all of us and the earth are being ushered into this profound change. Blessed be.